Today we'll be looking at some rules, some laws guiding UI UX. We'll be looking at the law guiding UI UX. Yeah, UI UX is something we've been talking about in the previous series, and today we'll be looking at some law, let's say law or rules, fundamental rules guiding UI UX. When you put this law together and you work around the law very well, I can guarantee you your design will be as good as anything. Your design will be as good as anything. After this law, the next thing you need is your creativeness. Let's get into it. My name is Oladun Motolashi. I'm a UI UX designer. I'm a facilitator, graphic designer, and a web developer. And I will be taking you from scratch to professional in UI UX. Scratch to professional. If you've not checked out our previous video, I will prefer you pause this and go and check our previous video before you jump into this. Now, the fundamental law guiding or rules guiding UI UX, the first one we'll be talking about is hierarchy. Hierarchy is like giving priority to your design, giving priority to your element. You know, if you check what I have here, I said hierarchy, giving focus to content based on level of importance. Now, how important is your element? Before you design, you kind of arrange your work in terms of level of importance. For instance, you are designing an app for. Okay, let me show you an example. I'm having an example here. Okay, this is an app for African food. Now, when you look at this, without me even saying the name of the app, when you're looking at our Nigerian meal here offered and rice, you are looking at our jollof spag, you are looking at our abacha here, you know that, okay, this is an African food without me saying anything. Now, the hierarchy we are talking about is, what did I want you to see first? I want you to see the food first. So when you look at the app, what you see first is the food. Don't lie to me. You see the food first. The next thing you will be seeing is the name, which is Get Your African Dish. I'm sure the next thing you'll see after that is Get Started. That is the hierarchy. And the last thing you'll be seeing is giving that the first barbecue might you're right up under the Get Your African Dish. These are what I want you to see. And these are the hierarchy. The first thing is the food. The second thing is the Get Your African Dish. The third thing is Get Started. And the last thing is right up under your Get African Dish. You get the hierarchy now. So hierarchy is you arranging your work in level of importance, based on level of importance. You see, in web development, the highest font you have in the web development is H1, putting putting CSS aside. The highest you're having is H1, going down to H6. So hierarchy is you arranging your work in terms of level of importance. Now, if you come down here, let's look at the landing page of this app. The landing page of this app, this. Now, what is the first thing you see here? You see today's special meal. That's the first thing you see. That is hierarchy. That's what I want to see first. So that's hierarchy. The second thing we'll be looking at is color combination. Sorry, I want to be very fast so that I can cover this within a short video. Now, color combination, like I do tell my student, Kai, always be, conversant of the way you use your color. Put your mind to the way you use your color. You know, when you did not put your mind, you are not putting your mind to the way you use color is a very risky thing. You have to put your mind to the way you use color. Okay, now color combination. I do tell my students when you're using color, maximum of three. No, three. No, just one, two color is okay. It's okay. It's okay. Maximum of three. And if you're going to use more than three, apply some creativeness in it. Apply some creativeness. Yeah. Color combination, you have to consider your user when you're using your color because putting your user aside, every color has a psychological meaning. Google it out. You have psychology of color. So every color has a meaning to it. You don't just pick color anyhow, use color anyhow. Likewise shape. Yeah. We're not going into that. We're talking about color here. If you look at what we have in here, you're having a yellow and a yellow color on each other. But this is dull. We call it warm color. Now look at this same yellow on red. It stays well. Fine, right? These are two different examples. Look at this one. This is warm. Kind of enter each other. It's not sharp enough for me. But look at this. Pass mark. Nice, right? Look at this as well. This is nice. This is nice. But look at this. But look at this. This is too dull. Too dull for my liking. I don't know yours, but for me, it's too dull. Look at this, kind of entering into each other. But this is a pass mark. So your color, you must consider your user when you're using your color, and don't use warm color on warm color. No, kind of use a sharp color, maybe on warm color. The two goes hand in hand. And consider your user, consider the color blindness. Those people having this color blindness. Most user, prefer you use one or two color. You kind of focus better. Your eyes focus better when you are using just one or two color. But when you're using multiple color, you kind of lose concentration while seeing. And another thing, do you know why Mark Zuckerberg used just blue on his website? Because he's having color blindness. Yeah, I don't know if I'm correct. If you know I'm not correct, you can tell me in the comment section. But according to what I heard, he's having color blindness. That's why you're seeing blue. And people with color blindness kind of see blue better. I think blue, green and yellow. I think they kind of see those three better. You get the point. Be mindful of the color you use. Remember, there's color psychology. Make sure you use two, maximum of three. It's not compulsory to use two, you can use one. One, two, maximum of three. If we look at what we have in here, look at what we have in here. Here, I only use white and blue, and a touch of black. There is shadow on this work. Let me zoom in. There is shadow. You can see the shadow on that button. That's black. That's black. This is what UI/UX look like, and I think you see a touch of red here, and it's because of the image. That's why there is touch of red here. Kind of go well with the. Here now, if you look at what you have in here, you see I'm using more than two color, but there's creativeness in the mixture of color. You can see this. It's 50% of black. This is yellow. This is red. And this is, I think this is 50% or 20% of the red. 50% of the red. So now when you're using more than one color, two color, add your creativeness into it. Add your creativeness into it. So that's that about color. The next thing we'll be looking at is typography. Yeah. Typography is like a font. The font style you are using. You don't use decorative when you're supposed to use sans serif or serif. I think I already seen too much English. Let me show you. You see, this text I'm having here is sans serif. Yeah, sans serif. Now, if you change this text, let's change it to something else and let's see the impact. Let's see the impact of the text. Now, look at this text. Look at it to the previous one. Which one do you prefer? Let's go for more. Look at this to the previous one. Which one do you prefer? So know when to, something like this. Even the readability is lost. If you have to use this kind of test, it has to be maybe in some kind of dimension whereby the user will understand what you are trying to say. Here, the thing about UI/UX is the user is at the center. You consider them. Don't assume they will understand. No, they won't understand. You have to make them understand. If nobody is ready to stress his or her brain on understanding what the developer is trying to say. Kind of break it down to the simplest. And creativeness must be in your simplicity. That's it. Creativeness must be in your simplicity. So please always put that in mind. Know when to use sans serif, know when to use decorative. We're having more font, more font. I think I'm having it here. Let me show you. We're having serif, sans serif, slap serif, script, black letter, monospace, and written decorative. Wow, you're having more than you can even absorb. So that's that about font. Know when to use your font. Uh, I think I'm using Inter for this. Okay, I think you get that. Kind of get that right. I've, I'll be using this particular project here. It's unfinished. It's intentional. I'll be using it for us to explain a lot about UI UX. We'll be doing the prototyping and the interaction together. We'll be doing a lot together with this particular project. So and by the end of this class you should be able to create that kind of design. That's that for typography. Typography is like the lifeline of your work. And one more thing, please. When you are using font, please always use a font with a family. What does that mean by family? A font with a family will have something like light, regular, medium, semi-bold, bold, black, among others. Always use a font with font family so that your work can be dynamic. You can flow in, flow out. When it's not having font family, you will be forced to use more than one font. Please always pick a font with a font family. That's that. The next thing we'll be looking at is, I'm sorry I'm very fast. I'm just trying to make sure we finish this within a short video. Yeah, the next thing we'll be looking at is alignment. We have two types of alignment. We have the element alignment. I call it element. And we have text alignment. Let me show you. Let me show you. You know, this is right alignment, left alignment. That's on text. But on content, or let's say element, I'll call it left, top left alignment. Is left alignment. The text, see, let's change the text alignment to center. See, that's text alignment. But this is content alignment over here. You can see my alignment is, you see, look at the alignment over there. As you can see, you see, that's alignment over there. That's content alignment. I think you get that. That is the type of alignment we have in design, in UI UX. We have the text and we have the element alignment. So we have the here now you can see we have left center, we have the horizontal center, we have the right, we have the top, we have the vertical center and the bottom. And on text we are having left, center, and right. Left, center, and right. And if you come down here, you see the justify. The justify. So these are the alignments you have in your design. These are the alignments you have in. Yeah, I see. Alignment is a design principle that refer lining up text or graphics on a page. The arrangement of your content on your working space, the arrangement of your text on your working space is what we call alignment, and we have a different type. You must apply some kind of creativeness in your alignment. You don't just arrange your work. And as you can see, what I'm having here, even if you call it, maybe if you say it's not aligned enough, but there is some alignment there. You can see the arrangement. You know, just imagine you see something like this. Maybe putting something like this. I put this one here. Put this one here. Let's see, this one is here, and I put this one here. Just let's imagine it. It'd be like, what's going on? What's this? So these are alignment. Alignment makes your work look good, and makes your work neat. Nobody wants a rough work. It has to be aligned normally. That's that for alignment. The next thing we'll be looking at is contrast. Yeah, contrast is um you giving your shifting your users concentration to a particular element. by using color or mostly color for contrast, mostly color. Use color, to shift their attention. Maybe you'll be using blue color. All of a sudden, you have, yellow among the blue color. The attention kind of shifts to that yellow. Look at what I'm having here. If I use blue for this, the star will not show very well. I'm telling you. If I use blue for that star, let me zoom in so that you can see. If I use blue for this, it won't show very well. And if this is blue, you won't kind of feel it, you won't see it very well. But when it's red, you kind of, the brightness, the sharpness is there, you can see it. That okay, this is favorite. I think you get that. So that's contrast. You kind of, I'll be using blue, 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 blue. All of a sudden, I just use yellow. You will see it. It will call your attention to it. It will draw your attention. And all of a sudden, you are seeing another new color. Oh, another new color. That's red. Your attention kind of shifts to that red to see what's going on there. That's contrast. And here I say, contrast is determining the first thing you want the viewer to see. The first thing you want it to see. Contrast causes the eyes to be drawn to a particular area. Gaskiya. That's it. Technically, it is the visible difference in property of the design element. Like I said earlier on, you kind of shift you bring your user attention by changing the color of a particular component, whereas you're using similar color for all, you just change that particular color so that your users can focus on that. You call the attention of your user by changing that particular color. That's contrast. I think you get that. So that will be all for my law. We have other law, which is we have balance, we have white spacing. White spacing is giving your work gap. Don't let it be too shoky, don't give them breathing space. That's white spacing. We'll be looking at this design later. We'll finish this design up together. It's not this is still a bit of the work. There's still more to this work, there's still more to this project. So I remain my humble self. Thank you for sticking around to the very end of this video. I remain my humble self from Olabimi Motolashi Emmanuel. There will be more video coming up. Please, if you've not watched the previous video, I would love you to watch them so that when we bring in the next video, you kind of understand, you kind of get it better. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Thank you.